Ready for me?
There are so many people out there that say they are best. There are so many guerrilla filmmakers out there. There's so many people who have seen the videos. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who is Waleed?
That's a good question. I'm a guerrilla filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker that's spent 20 years in every part of the film industry trying to figure out how exactly this art form works. I'm a person that fell in love with film at a very young age, who thought that film wasn't something that people like me could do, simply because I felt like it was an impossibility. I thought that the people who make films in this magical land called America were just on some sort of huge soccer stadium, and there were a bunch of cameras and a bunch of sets. But that's what I thought it was. I thought Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger were making films right side by side next to each other. And I felt like this was something inaccessible to me. And so I dreamed a different dream for a long time, whilst loving film all the way through. And then, probably about 16 years old, I started to dabble in writing. It was very experimental at first. You know, I tried to write very sort of comedic scripts to make my brothers laugh. But after a while, the yearning and the story within me was dying to express itself. And I tried to figure out, well, if the likes of Alfred Hitchcock could make a film with a camera the size of a VW Beetle, and he was, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, surely technology would have caught up by now. And surely that technology was accessible to me. And so I started off filming things on digital videotapes, thinking...
Those people who don't know who Alfred Hitchcock is, who's that person? There are a lot of people who don't know who that is.
You're right. You're right.
So who's that?
Alfred Hitchcock is seen as the de facto film reference point for a lot of people. Much in the same way that people speak about Francis Ford Coppola, much in the same way that people speak about George Lucas, much in the same way that people speak about Christopher Nolan today.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah.
The view I have of you right now with my own eyes
Yeah.
is fucking amazing,
Yes.
as opposed to where the camera is.
Ah, okay.
And I don't think I can live with it.
Oh, sure. Very professional.
Much better.
Try and be a little bit more professional. Just a little.
Eat me.
The point that you're making is absolutely correct. Because film is such a new medium, it's such a new art form, it's constantly evolving. There is no de facto or codified gospel of what cinema is. You have a lot of people out there that are trying to describe it, and me at the end of the day, I've grown up on B movies. I grew up on films that essentially were in the karate section of the video store. And that's where my love of cinema started. It started with the blood sports, it started with The Predator, it started with Aliens, it started with Don the Dragon Wilson. It started with 7 movie marathons with my brothers, and it's evolved from there. Speaking of which, hello Remy. I'm not sitting here trying to convince you that I know all about this art form. I don't. But what I am trying to do is that I am on a journey. I'm on a journey to become the greatest filmmaker there ever was. This is my dream. This is what I think about always. It's my obsession. It drives me nuts. It keeps me awake at night. And this is really what I wanted to share with you. Is that if you have that dream, if there's something dying inside you to express itself, if you're lying awake at night being visited by your characters, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. And I'm here to help you along the way.